Here's a little look under the Beetle. What I did here was I opened these seams up. There was a little bit of rust in the seams. Right there's a little patch in the floor. I still got to do a patch on the outside. Right now what I'm trying to do is everything's been sandblasted under here. That's all direct to metal epoxy. The seam's been all sealed back up all the way back along that seam. Maybe a little overkill, but I plan on driving this thing. And big rust starts with little rust. So anywhere I had a little rust, I wire wheeled this whole floor and degreased this whole floor. You see Volkswagen doesn't even really paint up in here other than some overspray. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to paint all this. And I'm using that smooth bed liner as undercoating. I'm going to bed line all this. Right now I'm trying to get the center where the exhaust goes maybe over to about here. Like I said, I can't go all the way over because I still have a hole that side right there. I got to weld that, and I got to put the rocker panels on it, so I can't go all the way over to the rocker and then weld against it. But I'm going to get my patch in the back. It's all good. It's all seam sealed and everything. I got a little patch over here. But primarily I want to get this painted, get my patchwork painted, and get bed liner on those anywhere you see this primer, so I can get this centerpiece, all the heat shields back in, and then get my exhaust. So there's everything you see in black is one coat of the bed liner. And like I said, I was just primarily working on this center cavity so I can get the heat shields and the exhaust on it. So here's my floor. It's all covered in a marine urethane one-stage paint. I put that over that bed liner because they're the same base. They're both urethane. The paint goes right over it, no problem. Sticks, no problem. Doesn't peel, doesn't shear. It just basically one quick coat, and it turned all that blackness to red. I'm still working. I still have a couple spots I'm working on. There was a couple spots I didn't feel was as good as they could be. So, and I would like to point out too, I realize people are going to tell me, oh, undercoating or rubberizing the underneath of your car is the worst thing you can do because it absorbs moisture and rust. There is some truth to that, but in reality, Volkswagens rubberize the underneath of these cars factory. So basically all I did was I went over all the seams, anywhere any of the factory rubber was, swelled up from rust and moisture underneath it. I opened it up, everything got sandblasted, deoxidized it all, epoxy primer, base coat, clear coat, bed liner. So it's not like I took an old car and just, wiped it down and put bed liner on it. This was all thorough. I wire wheeled the whole bottom of this car and broke loose anything that was loose. So, like I said, I'm still working on it. My main objective here was down the middle so I can get my heat shields and my exhaust back on, which there was a seam on each side of that I wanted to take care of. Everything looks great. I got a new exhaust laying on the ground over there. I'll give this a day to dry and get it back together.